What you're about to watch is a live coaching call that I had with my student Monica on how I actually find property on Airbnb and how I locate it, what filters I use, what keywords I use. And this is a live coaching call. This is not scripted or edited or anything like that. I do this every single day across 12 units, and it's exactly what I teach inside EasyBnB. So if you ever wonder what it looks like inside my mentorship, this is it. Let's get right into it. For rent by owner is pretty cool. For hot pads, I mean, I feel like in Texas there are a lot of the listings are for rent by owner already. So I feel like that's not like a huge issue, but even if you run into a realtor, that's not like a bad play. Like, because I've had moments where I'm cold calling and I'm talking to these realtors, and if they like the idea, the business idea of being able to do that, and they understand it, and you can help them understand what you're trying to do. They can help you get other properties because they already have connections to owners. So like I wouldn't like stray away from talking to the realtor because at the end of the day, they're trying to just get paid their broker fee as well. So I wanted to show you real quick. Let's say, what are the markets you're looking in? You said in Frisco.
Irving or Arlington.
Let's do Irving, Texas. So what I like to do when I'm doing this filter is I want to make sure that the budget is reasonable. Like, and I want to go over a certain amount. So we'll do like a max of 4,500. Obviously, you can go above this like a little bit by a couple $100 if like you see a property that has like a pool and a lot of nice amenities and you want to go above it. But I just like doing this so that we don't go too over like 5,000, 6,000. And then we'll do 2 bedrooms plus.
I don't see your screen.
Oh, you don't see the screen yet?
No.
Hold on. My bad, I forgot to share. Do you see it now?
Yes, I see now.
Okay, cool. So let me go back. All right, so what I did is I just typed in Irving, Texas for rent, and then I put the max at 4,500 just so that we don't go above that or too much above that where it's like 5,000, 6,000 a month. And then I put the minimum for 2 bedrooms plus so that we're not getting any like 1 bedrooms because 1 bedrooms are terrible for Airbnb. And then we can just put houses and townhomes. I don't want to go we don't want to go into like any apartment complexes or anything like that. We want to go for like single family homes and those types of buildings. And what we could put here, obviously this is Irving, so it's a small area near Dallas, so there's less listings. If you put Dallas, obviously there'd be a ton more listings.
Yeah.
But what we can do here is you can literally go click on this button where it says filters, and you can just type in what keywords you want. So you can type in furnished, or you can type in pool. So let's like if you wanted only properties with pools, I'm not sure how many there would be in Irving, but like this place, it will show you only houses that have pools now, which is a lot. It's definitely going to do a lot more revenue if that property has a pool. Like that's a given. And it should show up. I don't know why this one had pool, but the reason it does that is because it's supposed to have it in the description that it has a pool.
Right.
But I guess you got to check the photos, make sure it actually has it because this one didn't. And this is like, these are just properties that literally all have pools. But what you could do in your case, like I mentioned, is you could look up furnished, and then it's only going to pull up furnished properties. In this case, there's only 11 available, but if you look at somewhere like Dallas, it's going to have a lot more. But this would lower your costs like significantly to actually get started because you wouldn't have to spend money on like a bunch of whole new furniture.
Right.
And a lot of these properties are people that, oh, this one has carpet too. A lot of these properties are people that have already done short-term rentals and they just don't want to deal with it anymore. And they'd rather just have a long-term tenant in there. But they still can be open to the fact of someone else doing the business, especially because they know how it is and they've done it before, as long as they're just getting their steady rent. Because at the end of the day, these people maybe they have a bunch of houses or they're just really busy with their job and they don't want to deal with having to manage a short-term rental. So they're just looking for people to rent it out long-term.
Right.
So that's where you can come in and really just take advantage. And I mean, this is literally listed by the property owner. Like I said, in Texas, I think there's a lot of listings by property owners. So I don't think you'd have too much of an issue with that. But this is what I like doing if I'm just trying to get a good deal. And I mean, this property looks like it looks really nice from the outside as well.
Yeah.
And you could always add stuff to the furniture. Like I think these rooms are really plain. Like definitely you could add wall art, but they're paying for like the majority of the stuff, like the expensive stuff. Which makes it a lot easier to get started. And then that's what I like to do when I'm doing the market research. So you could do this for Dallas or for Frisco or for literally any market, and you could just type in furnished or any filter you want, and it'll bring up those types of homes. And then do you kind of understand as well, like kind of how to do the Airbnb research as well? Just like checking like what they're charging per night, and then how much that you can make in comparison to the property and everything. Like AirDNA is not like oh, if it's not this number, then I'm not going to go through with it. I just like using that as like a benchmark. But if it's like 10,000, 5,000 under 2x, but you can look up on Airbnb how many people are actually making decent money with the average nightly rate. If you can check that and see for yourself how much people are charging, then you can go ahead and feel more secure with like taking that deal.
Yeah.
Just because that data is more updated than AirDNA. AirDNA is just like telling you what the average is between all of these properties. So it's going to skew the number a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I have a better idea of what to look for. Would you find that contacting the landlord through phone or through email is better? Like,
yeah. So if you're on Zillow and you're on Hot Pads, I would just call them directly, and it's just way faster. Just getting that through that conversation, just getting that out of the way. Because regardless, even if you email them or message them, you're gonna have to hop on the phone anyway.
Yeah.
To explain, they're gonna ask you questions about the business. So I would just rip off the Band-Aid and just like cold call, and you can gather up a list of like 10, 20 properties in one day, and you can cold call all of them in like 30 minutes to an hour. The only reason that conversation is even going to last longer than 3 minutes is if they're just straight up like, no, I don't want to do it. But if they're open to it, you'll be on the phone with them for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Really, the goal of these calls is to book a tour, like booking a time to do an inspection. You're not going to call it an inspection to them because you don't want to like scare them, and like people don't like having their houses inspected. But it's going to be an inspection, a walkthrough. You could just say, we just need to do a walkthrough, make sure the property looks all right. And then obviously, on the tour, they might ask you a couple more questions about what you do, but really that you're doing that to make sure that the property is in good condition. And we have obviously the inspection checklist for you to go over as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know it's like, damn, I don't really want to like cold call or talk to these people immediately. Like, but it is faster to do it that way. And that's what we've seen, like people get the best results with is just cold calling, even though I have the email script in there, but that's something that at the end of the day, people are looking for these properties to do Airbnb as well. It's not just you, like there's definitely other investors. So you gotta get to these leads faster. Do that as calling.
Okay.
Do you have any questions on like how to do the cold? Have you done any cold calls yet, or just like the market research so far?
No, I haven't done any cold calls.
Okay. Have you gone through the videos yet, or like phase 3?
I have, but that was like a week ago, so I don't really remember. I'd have to go back and review.
Yeah, like the resource. So the script is actually just, you don't have to watch the whole video again. You could just go to the resources.
Yeah. Okay.
And click on the script, and literally like what I've done is I literally just have the script right in front of me while I'm calling the landlord, and you read the first couple of lines to get into the conversation. But after that, like when the landlord starts asking you questions, you kind of just have to go off the top of your head based off what you understand about the business. Like, so what I would recommend doing is all those objection handlers that we have on like the bottom of the script, where like what if the landlord asks about insurance, about security, about all this. I recommend you just study those things so that you just know it, and like you can like basically like you're studying for a test, like just know the business, so that when you're talking to the landlord and they're asking you that stuff, you don't have to like look through the script and read it. Like you can just like know it and speak with confidence that like, all right, this is how this works.
Okay.
And the conversation is just going to flow a lot easier that way.
Okay. Good notes.
And while you're going through that, like I would definitely not get stuck in the market research phase. Like even if the property is not like perfect, getting the cold calls out of the way and just like getting practice in is always going to be better, because like otherwise you're going to just keep building up, and it's like it might never happen.
Yeah.
Just trying to get those reps in.
Yeah.
And if like you need help like learning how to do the cold calls or doing anything like that, like we can get on a call and do them together.
Okay.
But it is a couple of simple phases and everything. It's just we just need to put them into action.
Yeah.
It happens a lot like faster than you think. Like you cold call like 50 people, like at least 3 of them or 4 of them are going to be open to the business idea. And then let's say you get a yes and you're not even 100% sure the property is like 100% qualified. If you get a yes from a landlord, it's not like you have to go through with that deal. You can always just make sure, double check your numbers, and just ensure that it's going to be a good property before really going into it.
Yeah.
It's better to have some options than like none at all, and then just looking at numbers all day and all right, this is going to do this much. But if you haven't even called them yet, it's kind of like, all right, this is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. It's stuff.
Yeah, I want to make sure that throughout this process too, I'm here to help you out, support you with anything you need. Because I know this is kind of like this is like the toughest part of like
Yeah.
finding property and getting the first yes. I'm sure like, you doing the interior design and like setting it up, that's like the easy part for you. That's like doing that stuff is not the difficult part, but like just securing the first unit, that's once you get that out of the way, everything becomes a lot easier. And it gets easier to get the second unit and the third unit. So let's just get this like move in and out of the way as soon as possible, really.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much. That helped a lot, actually.
Real quick, guys, if you have been looking to start an Airbnb arbitrage business, but you literally have no idea what to do, or maybe you have some idea of what to do, but you don't know how to execute and implement the information that you're finding on ChatGPT, DM me info on Instagram and we can have a conversation about how we can actually help you get your Airbnb business started and what mentorship would look like. Again, DM me info on Instagram and I will get back to you.